Hello and welcome to another beautiful day here in Chile. It's so great to be back with you all, speaking and teaching English together here on La Red. Today, we have a North American actor who's been here in Chile for several years and has been on several different TV shows here in Chile. His name is Lester Ransom.
In Chile, I wouldn't say, I have, but it's just like stupid stuff in the street.
Yep.
Like one time I went to Viña with two of my white friends and we rented a nice apartment, not even super nice, but we were in a nice place. And we're going to get on the elevator and I'm getting on first, but there's a Chilean couple. The guy and assume it's his wife. And we're getting in and he looks at me, he's like, "Él no puede subir." And he literally pointed at me and I'm just like, what is happening? And my boys all speak Spanish. My two boys speak Spanish and better than me.
Okay.
So my boy gets heated, like, why'd you point at him when you said that? He's like, he can't get on. And my boy is just going back at him like, bro, this is a free world. It's not, it's not heavy over the limit.
Today, as always, we are going to tell new stories. We're going to learn English on the Gringo board, and we're going to get to know Lester today. This is the Gringo Show, only on La Red. Moving to another country is horrible. It's really, really, really hard to move to another country. First, you have to give up everything that you knew in the country that you came from. Then, you have to give up your friends, your family, everybody that you knew and were really close to you. Then, you have to, I love this part, you have to try some new food like the marraqueta. So delicious. But moving to another country is not all easy. And now that I've been here for 6 years, I want to know, was it worth it? Of course, I'm somebody who absolutely loves culture. I like to delve into the culture and eat the food and meet the people and experience new places like down south in Chile. It's so beautiful with the rain and the lakes and the mountains, and the north with the desert. It's beautiful. But at the same time, when we came here to Chile, it was the middle of July. In North America, that's our summer. It's what we all look forward to during those winter months, and we came here to relive another winter. And I'm telling you guys, it was not easy. So when we moved here to Chile, we didn't have a bed. We didn't have a refrigerator. We didn't even have an oven when we moved into the house in Linares. We had nothing. And we had to go and find all these things, and unfortunately, we didn't know very much Spanish. I wish that I would have learned another language while I was in school. In high school, I had opportunities to learn another language, but I thought, I'm never gonna go and live in another country that speaks Spanish. But, well, here I am. So the question is, was it worth it? Let me tell you that this is a huge opportunity to move to another country and experience different ways of life and get accustomed to different traditions like dancing the cueca. And doing things like that in the Campo area of Chile is so beautiful. Was it worth it? Absolutely. Do I miss my family and friends and a burger maybe now and then with my dad and a beer from the United States? Sure. But at the same time, I have a hamburger here, I have good friends here, and I love my marraqueta. Today, we get to be with somebody who's had similar experiences. He moved from the United States to here in Chile. And I'm guessing that it wasn't all easy for him. And in fact, probably years later, there are things that aren't easy as well, like being away from your family and friends and things like that. But I'm going to ask him, was it worth it? For me, 100%. Let's get Lester on here and let's talk to him today. I'm so comfortable in my living room. It reminds me of home because these candles are never lit. It's kind of nice, but today we're here with Lester, and it's so nice to have another Gringo here on the show that can talk about his life experiences, being here in Chile, picking up and moving everything. Lester, welcome.
Thank you, man. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Thank you for having me. Thank you so much. I'm excited to be on this show with you, man.
We've been chatting through WhatsApp for a while and through Instagram, and I've never actually met you in person.
First time meeting.
I'm so excited that you're here.
Yeah, man. Nice to meet you. And like I said, thanks for inviting me, man. I am so happy for you. And I want this show to do as best as it can, man. I really do.
Thank you so much. So tell us, how did you get here to Chile? How long have you been here?
Man, I've been in Chile since July 25th, 2009.
So you arrived in the winter too.
Yeah,
Same as me.
Yeah. But it wasn't really a cold winter. Like, I was jogging with cutoffs and stuff, you know? Yeah. And this time, nobody was really running outside. You know, like the streets weren't closed on Sundays, nothing. But, yeah, man, it was cool. I was only supposed to be here for 5 months in a program. I lived in the north in Antofagasta.
Oh.
And I was teaching English at a public school.
Oh.
And the whole reason I came out here was obviously to learn Spanish, to go to graduate school for international business. And as I've said many times, my best friend was dating a Chilena. And she was like, Lester, if you go to Chile and you could speak Spanish with Chileans, you could speak Spanish anywhere in the world. And oh boy, was she right.
Yep, that's so true.
She was correct. I've been to Mexico, Spain, and I understood everything. You know, I went all over Europe and understood everything from other Spanish speakers. But I've been here 11 years and I still don't understand everything from Chileans.
Because new things are invented all the time.
Exactly.
I feel like it's not fair for us.
Yes,
right?
and they talk real fast, you know? So, like, I went to the clinic. I had to go to the clinic to get a permiso to leave the country. And they messed up something, but they were yelling at me in Spanish like it was my fault. And the doctor already said it wasn't my fault. And I'm just like, look, first of all, slow down. Yes, I understand, but you're talking way too fast for me right now.
Yep.
Even though I've been here for so long.
Slow it down a little.
Yeah, slow down, please, because sometimes Chileans, they'll get excited too when they see foreigners, just like us in the States when we meet people from other countries. You want to talk. So they talk real fast. And I'm like, yeah, man, slow down.
Calm down. I'll be here for a while. Don't worry.
And being black and tall, everyone thinks I play basketball.
And
first thing I get.
So you do a lot of exercise, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I see you on Instagram doing push-ups, doing all this sorts of exercise.
I work out almost every day.
All right. So how many push-ups do you think you can do?
In one sitting, man, I don't know, maybe 50 if I'm lucky.
Okay, could you do it with me sitting on your back?
Maybe 4 or 5.
4 or 5? All right, let's see it. I want to see it.
But how are we doing this?
Yeah. All right,
but how are we doing this?
Let's do it right here. I think I don't know, maybe we'll break it.
I don't know, because I'm 96 kilos.
Okay, I'm like 60, maybe 40. You think on here?
I don't even know if I can do it right now, man.
I think I can do it with you on my back.
So how are we going to do this? I'll get down, and then you just sit on, like sit like this.
Yeah, I'll just sit like that.
And then I'll see how many I can do.
Yeah.
So we going to do it facing, can the camera see or what? Where we at?
All right. Here, we'll do it right here.
All right, let's do it right here. Okay. Let's see if I can get it.
All right.
Put me on the spot like that, man.
All right, here we go.
I gotta move myself so I don't fall if I break it. All right, let's try and do this, man.
I'm telling you guys.
All right, Fitbit, this is for you. Fitbit, this is for you, baby.
Let's see it. All right.
Let's see if I can do it.
All right, here we go. All right. Yes. I'm doing nothing. That's awesome.
Oh, shit.
That was amazing.
Oh, my God.
Okay, all right, my turn. Get on my back.
Let's do it.
All right, here we go.
All right. 96 kilos, baby.
Here we go. All right.
Let's go. Oh, man.
I need to work out a little bit more.
I can't even believe I got 2.
I'm sore. I need a chiropractor.
Oh, my God.
That was good. But you're a really fit guy. I mean, seriously.
Hey, man, I try and just stay in shape. Just because we're getting older doesn't mean we have to let ourselves go.
I try and do 30 minutes of exercise every single day.
Yeah? Okay. So
but obviously it didn't work.
I hit about an hour cardio, and then I do about an hour workout.
Even in the winter and the cold, you go for a run.
I run in the cold because it feels better.
Yep.
Even though I love the sun, obviously, running outside. When it's too hot, sometimes that gets me.
Yeah.
But running like
in the cold.
2 weeks ago, it rained.
Yeah.
I was running in the rain. I loved it because I sweat so much. It cools me down.
Yep. I saw that in the morning. I think you were running, and it's cold outside, raining, and you're out there.
It was
just
like
trotting
what,
along,
2-3 degrees the other day, 30 something. And I'm outside running. People looking at me crazy, like, "What's this dude doing?" I'm just like, man, I have to get my cardio in.
So you obviously love Chile. You've been here for 11 years now.
Yep, almost 11 years.
What's the thing that you like the most about Chile? Man,
I just love being somewhere different.
Yeah.
People are like, "You're from California, why Chile?"
Yeah.
And I'm just like, California's not special to me. I mean, obviously it's special because it's my family and my home. Yeah. But living in a different country, I just feel proud that I live in Chile. I speak 2 languages. That's something that African Americans don't do often.
No.
I've been here 11 years and I've maybe met 10 black people from the USA.
That's amazing.
And none of them spoke Spanish.
Wow.
They spoke very basically, you know, the basics of Spanish. But being different, I just feel proud. Like even now when I go home and I have to speak English, sometimes I forget and speak Spanish and I'm like, man, I'm sorry, what the heck am I speaking Spanish for?
Because it's in your mind. It's what you typically think in when you're in Chile.
And then every time I go home and I speak Spanish, people are like, my fiance, she's Chilena. So she doesn't speak much English. So we speak Spanish all the time.
Which is good for you to learn Spanish. That's what you want to do. Which is why my Spanish is the level it is now. Yep.
Because I've worked with Chileans for so many years, and now my fiance, we speak every day. But people are shocked. People hear me speak Spanish, and they're just like, wait a minute, you're black? And I'm like, yes. They're like, but black from the USA? I'm like, yes. They're like, how the heck do you speak Spanish? I'm like, I live in Chile. I've been living there for so long, and they're like, your Spanish is almost better than mine. And that's, I get that so much when I get home.
Yeah, because you practice, you put in the work.
Yeah.
It's not easy to learn another language, but you have to practice it. You have to try. You have to make a fool out of yourself sometimes because you have to say something like, I always tell the story that I said that my wife was upstairs and she was in the bed, but I said, my wife is upstairs, she's caliente en la cama. No, that's not, just warm in the bed.
Yeah, I learned that too, man. So, I mean, I don't know if you know, I do stand-up.
Absolutely.
So I do stand-up in English and Spanish. And that's one of my jokes, talking about verbs, how gringos mess up verbs in Spanish, and Chileans do it in English as well. So one of my first times I had to learn the difference between sentirse and sentarse. So it was my first year in Chile, and I went out with a group of friends, and it was a group of girls, and I had a chair, and one of the girls didn't. So I look at the girl, and I'm like, permiso, amiga, ¿quieres sentir aquí? And she's looking at me like, she's like, what? I was like, ¿quieres sentir aquí? And I went like this, because I was trying to give her the seat.
No.
I wanted to give her the seat. I'm just like, ¿quieres sentir aquí? And she's like, Lester, no, es sentarse. And I'm like, what's the difference? It's one letter. She's like, it's a big difference. You're asking me to touch here when you want to say, do you want the seat? And I'm just like,
Okay.
So many different things.
So you have to live that experience in order to grow, in order to learn.
Exactly.
When you came here, you had several different, one really big opportunity, acting-wise, with Morandé con Compañía. Can you tell us about that experience?
Well, my first year I got to Chile, I was teaching like most gringos, teaching like you as well. And I noticed, what got me to Morandé was, I noticed in Chile that there was only discotecas with reggaeton, electronic music, and old hip-hop. Like, Chileans love MC Hammer, like it just came out. Like MC Hammer just came out yesterday. You play It's All Good in the club, and Chileans like, oh my God. I'm like, it's MC Hammer. Like, this came
My
out
parents
in the
grew up
80s.
with that. Yeah, exactly.
Like, why? So I started a company called Usa Caretes, Una Noche en Estados Unidos.
Nice.
So I had a DJ from New York, and I was the animador. So I was like a big black dude on the flyer, and then I was like gringo themes. So we did Daisy Dukes, Cowboy Night, dresses, high heels, hard body for the girls, you know, so we had it for both. And I guess some famous people came to my party, and then they mentioned me to Morandé con Compañía. And Morandé called me, and I didn't know what Morandé was because I didn't watch TV. And they're like, can you come on the show? And I said no. I was like, I'm not an actor, I'm not a model, no thank you. because they literally wanted me to just come on the show and take my shirt off. That's it.
That's why I asked you to this show. Are you going to do it?
So my first couple episodes with Modern Day, and you could ask Belen, because Belen speaks perfect English.
I'm very jealous, by the way. She's more friends with you. She said, I'm the second best gringo.
She was my best friend since the first day, because I wanted to walk off set. They called me, and they're like, yes, you're going to be on the show. You're going to just take your shirt off. But they didn't tell me I was going to be in my boxers. So I'm like half naked. Yeah. And I'm like, no, I'm not a model. I didn't go to school to do this, you know? And Belen spoke English. So she's like, Lester, just do this. You'll get more work after this. And I was like, yeah, but I don't want to be a model. She's like, but we need you. There's no other black people here. And I was like, all right, I'm just going to do it just because. Yeah. And I did it. And then after that, they called me more and more, and obviously I haven't taken a shower, but they would give me lines and all types of stuff. So once Modern Day called me, TVN, Canal 13, there was a show called Club de la Comedia on Televisión. And I was on Club de la Comedia for about 2 years. Wow. Before it shut down. And I had a character called Watata. And they made fun of my accent in Spanish. So the main joke was, ¿por qué tú hablas así? And I would say, ¿por qué me mordí mi lengua? So they would tease me in Spanish. So that was a plus for me, being gringo on TV. So I did that, and I just started getting a lot of work. HBO, Amazon, Netflix. I mean, here I am in 2021, and I've worked with, you know, Antonio Banderas, Ricardo Darín, Olga Kurylenko, Danny Glover. I've worked with almost all the famous people in Chile. Almost all of them I've worked with. So you've had so many different amazing experiences here in Chile. Super cool that I would never think of that I would be doing before. Look at me right now. I'm the same way. Yeah. The same way. Traveled all of Chile. I've been to the north. I've been to the south. All the casinos, nice hotels, doing stand-up comedy and shows with famous people here that are super cool, trying food from all over Chile. And it's a great experience that I would never be in had I not moved. Yep. And I was afraid. I was like, how am I going to go to Chile? My Spanish is crap. And I don't know what I'm going to do. Yep. And when I got to Chile, I was so nervous. And I was just like, I can't believe it, but I like it. Let's try it for one more year. And then the year I was going to leave is when Modern Day called me. And I was doing good with my events, making good money. So like, you know what, let's stay one more year, make this money, partying, having fun, meeting people. And then the TV acting started coming, and I started getting more lines. And I was like, you know what? I like acting. This is dope. This is so cool. And I'm doing it in Spanish. If my Spanish teachers could see me now. Amazing. They would be like, Lester, I'll be in class like this. Yeah. All the time in Spanish class, okay? Yeah, the same thing for me. And that's why I think it's cool to motivate the people here in Chile to learn English, because you never know where you're going to be in a few years. Exactly. You never expect it. And you never know what doors it'll open for you. Never. The same thing you do with your show. I visit schools whenever I can, talk to kids. And I always tell them, if you speak another language, if it's not English, French, you know, Portuguese or Chinese or Mandarin, whatever, it's going to open doors. And I would always say to the kids, I would say in English and Spanish, I'd be like, do you want to stay in Chile your whole life? Or do you want to see the world? And they would all say, quiero ver el mundo, I want to see the world. I'm like, so learn another language. It'll make it easier for you to go to other places. 100%. Exactly. And they'll listen to me before they listen to their teacher. Exactly. So I want to move into another topic that I think is really important because of some of my experiences in the past. And I want us to talk about it here on Chilean television. You went on to Mucho Gusto, and you talked about the Black Lives Matter in the United States. Yes. And do you have some experiences that you can share with us of racism in the United States and how you felt and what happened? Well, so Mucho Gusto called me and you said, Mucho Gusto. Right? And they called me, I was like, Mucho Gusto. But they were like, Lester, can you come on and talk about racism in the States and your experiences? Because a lot of Chileans don't know. So the story I told, which is probably one of my worst situations ever with police, was when I was 17. I worked at a place called Sam's Club.
Oh, yeah.
And I guess it's like a homie here or something. I don't even think they have anything.
I don't think they have anything.
Yeah,
where you
it's
buy
like a homie mixed with a jumbo or a liter or something.
Yeah, but bigger.
And I had my work clothes on, and I was with another friend of mine who was black as well. We both football players, and we both worked at Sam's Club. And I went home, but before I went home, I stopped at a bowling alley because all our friends go bowling.
Yeah.
This is like 10 o'clock. Curfew was 12 maybe. And so we went to the bowling alley. Nobody was there that we wanted to hang out with. So it was like, let's just go home. So on the way home, we get pulled over by 2 undercover cop cars. And they get out guns. Pointing, get on the ground. And we're like, whoa, we just came from work. What's the problem? And my mom always taught me, be respectful, keep your hands on the wheel, don't make any sudden movements, relax, and just say, yes, sir, yes, ma'am. So they were like, yeah, you guys selling drugs? We were like, no, we just came from work. 6, 7 other cars pulled. Everyone had their guns drawn.
Wow.
And they're like, all right, step out the car. So I stepped out the car, me and my friend. They handcuffed us, put us on the ground. And they were like, you fit the description of a drug dealer. We need to search your vehicle. Destroyed everything. Took everything apart. Seats out, everything. And they were like, oh, no drug dealers here. No drug here. Dogs, had 2 dogs and everything. And we were like, we don't do drugs. We just came from work. We play football. We're good kids, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
And yeah, so I was late for curfew because that took about probably an hour or 2 because they didn't believe we weren't selling drugs.
Yeah.
They wouldn't let us go. So my mom, when we got home, my mom and his mom were waiting. Like, why were you late? We told them why. So they raised hell. They sued the city and everything. But that wasn't the first time. No, it wasn't the last. I had been pulled over the first night I drove. My mother had an old Mercedes-Benz. I got pulled over 3 times.
3 times?
For no reason. They're just like, whose car is this? Why are you driving it? Where are you going?
Wow.
And I was working, too, at the time. And by the 3rd cop that pulled me over in the night, they were like, yeah, we already talked to him. He's good. Let him go.
Wow.
Just because I was
That's
black.
Crazy.
In Roswell, Georgia, North Atlanta. Predominantly white area.
Yep, that's why.
And I was a quote-unquote football star. Everybody knew me. Good grades. No problems with the law.
Except Spanish grades.
Spanish grades, I was like barely passing, sleeping.
Have you faced any racism here in Chile?
In Chile, I wouldn't say, I mean, I have, but it's just like stupid stuff in the street. Like one time I went to Viña with 2 of my white friends and we rented a nice apartment, not even super nice, but we were in a nice place. And we're going to get on the elevator and I'm getting on first, but there's a Chilean couple. A guy and assume it's his wife. And he looks at, we're getting in and he looks at me, he's like, "Él no puede subir." And he literally pointed at me and I'm just like, what is happening? And my boys all speak Spanish. My 2 boys speak Spanish and better than me. So my boy gets heated, like, why'd you point at him when you said that? He's like, he can't get on. And my boys is going back at him like, bro, this is a free world. It's not, you know, it's not heavy over the limit. He's like, you get the F off, you know, the elevator thing to go down. It's not an elevator, but you know in Viña they have those things.
The escalator?
Not the escalators. It's like the...
Oh, it's one of those things...
Trolley things or whatever.
Sure.
So my boy is getting heated. He wanted to fight the dude. And I'm just like, nah, man. I'm not a combative person. I'm not an angry person. So I'm just like, man, let's just go. It's not worth it. What I want to go to jail for or be in the news is the only black gringo on TV beat the crap out of somebody. So I was telling my boy, he cussed him out. The dude was embarrassed, blah, blah, blah. I don't know if he was embarrassed, but my boy was really... And we're big dudes. So I was like, bro, let's go, man. Like, it's okay. We could take the next one. But my boy was heated. So I've had little experiences like that. But then sometimes it's kind of like I compare it to when I played football in the States. I played football at University of Tennessee.
Oh, really?
In the South.
Wow.
Lots of racism there.
Yes.
I take it like this. In Chile, I've had Colombians, Haitians, you know, black Latinos come to me like, Lester, be careful. Chile's racist. And I'm like, I'm sorry I haven't gotten your racism because people know I'm gringo. It's sad to say, but it's true. Everyone wants to speak English with me. If you don't know me from TV, as soon as I open my mouth, you know I'm gringo. And that relaxes them. You know what I mean? So it's like in the States when I played football, they would be like, hey, if you're going to go outside the city, wear your team colors so they know who you are.
Smart.
So like when one time I went to a party and these racist rednecks wanted to fight us until they realized who we were. and their whole attitude changed. They're like, oh, you play football for Tennessee? What you want to drink, man? Give me some. Get this man something to drink. Changed everything.
Yeah.
So here in Chile, sometimes people look at me weird, but for the most part, everyone, I'm not going to say everyone, but a lot of people know who I am because I am a tall, big dude.
Yep.
And then if I speak, you're like, oh, that's the dude from TV.
Yeah.
So I don't get the same level as maybe other black people do here in Chile, but I know it's here. You know, it's everywhere. It's not.
And thanks for talking about that. I think it's something that just needs some time. I think we need to talk about it on TV, and we need to talk about racism so that hopefully, I mean, I don't know if it's ever going to stop, unfortunately.
Oh, I don't think it ever will. It's learned, and it's like what I said on Mucho Gusto. I feel like like the situation in an elevator, if I beat him up, what does that accomplish? You know, I could have punched him one time and he would be on the ground. But what does that help? That's only going to show them more that, oh, we don't like black people. You know what I mean? So my mindset is always, even if I deal with racism, I'm just like, hey, what benefit do I get getting mad and angry and trying to fight or cuss out a racist person? The most I can do is just brush it off, smile, you know, and if they're like, oh, this dude is actually pretty cool, and I was an a-hole, you know, like, maybe I could change somebody's mind. That's how I look at it.
Well, I'm sorry that it ever happened to you in the first place. I mean,
man,
it should never happen, ever. So I'm sorry that happened. But we'll talk about something positive now, hopefully. Is there anything in the United States besides the family, of course, everybody misses their family, that you miss, maybe food or
a place
that you get?
Food.
What
biggest
food?
Thing?
For me,
Wendy's
it's
is my favorite.
Krispy Kreme.
Wendy's is one of my favorite.
Wendy's.
And they have it here and it doesn't taste the same. I don't like it. I'm sorry, Wendy's Chile, but it's not the same. But Mexican food I miss because I'm from California.
Sure.
They have some places here, but then iffy as well. But it's like mainly food. You know, I miss food. I miss, honestly, I miss being around other black people too.
Sure, yeah.
Sometimes I get homesick. Like when I go home, I'll hug my black friends so much. I mean, not just my black friends, all my friends. But I'm like, oh, I'm not the only one. Thank you. You know what I mean? I'm not the biggest black dude here. You know, like it feels so good to be
I feel
back.
The same way with my red hair, but I go back to the United States and I don't find too many of them either.
So it feels good, man. I always fly Delta, so as soon as I hit Atlanta airport and see all those black people, I'm like, I'm home.
Eating Five Guys at 5 in the morning is so impressive.
Chick-fil-A.
Absolutely. Chick-fil-A is my favorite restaurant.
Our guest for today is super friendly and kind, and all of this that we've talked about today, it's not the only thing that Lester does. Lester also loves to help teach English in Chilean schools. Let's go take a look.
The USA, we say soccer. Sí. Nope, soccer es fútbol. Eso es fútbol. All right? To be, and I don't know, no sé eso en español. A blue whale. Blue whale. So football, American football, basketball, and soccer. Yeah, ice cream. What's your favorite? What's your favorite ice cream? Helado, favorito, in inglés. Chocolate, mine is tres leches. Tres leches. She's in the living room. He's in the bathroom, brushing his teeth. He's in the bedroom. Your bed is his favorite place for nap. What's up, Lester Ransom here again. Motor de Compañía MCC News. Estoy aquí en Tocopilla visitando los niños para enseñar y motivar ellos con clases de inglés y vivir bilingüe.
Amazing, Lester. And I have a surprise for you as well. Recently, I was invited to Arauco School to be a part of their English Day. And I got to be their special guest for their English Day. And we got to speak in English and, well, watch this video.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'd like to introduce Mr. John Gross, also known as the Chilean Gringo, in YouTube and on TV. Thank you, Mr. Gross, for being with us today on our English Day.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me. I'm so excited to be here. Thank you guys. English is awesome. I hope you guys are having a great couple of days and happy anniversary. I love that you guys are doing English Day. This is so cool. And I get to be last but not least. So I hope that we have some fun together. I know that you guys have some really good questions for me. So I'm super excited to answer them for you and compare completos and hot dogs and how I got here. So I'm super, super excited, and thank you for having me.
My first question is, why did you decide to come to Chile out of all the countries in the world?
Well, yeah, there are a couple other countries in the world. And I think Chile actually picked us. We had an opportunity to teach in Longaví, and the alcalde, the mayor, said, well, come here, we'll help you with your visa. And we also have a small Lutheran church here. So we help out the Lutheran church, and we also were teaching English way in the Campo area. And it was such a beautiful experience. I taught there for 3.5 years.
What was your first impression when you arrived here?
My first impression was, well, can I share my screen to show you? Yeah? Okay. Let me show you. Okay. So my first impression was, where in the world is Chile? So I looked up on Google Chile, and the first thing that pops up is a city of Santiago with beautiful mountains all around, all covered in snow. It's amazing, so beautiful. And then I arrived, and it was filled with smoke, and it kind of smelled like garbage in Santiago a little bit. And then we came to Linares, and it smelled like a campfire because we use the chimney and leña, like is right behind me. And then I thought, wow, this is cool. I'd like to go camping. This should be fun. And we met the people here and loved the people. We loved the food. And our first impression was, wow, this is very different from the United States.
And from all of that, what was the hardest part?
I think the hardest part was everything. But I think the hardest part was knowing the foods and locations, because anytime you speak another language, but especially when you're living in another country, we didn't know very much about Chile before. So we should have looked up the foods that were here, the places, because people always talk about Chiloé, for instance. Oh, Chiloé, yeah, go to Chiloé. It's this magical island. I have no idea what Chiloé is. I didn't know it was a place. I didn't know what they were talking about. I didn't know anything. They carry their houses with like people. It's weird. So I had no idea what they were talking about. And so to learn another language and then understand that these are places, not words that I need to know and translate. I think that might have been the hardest thing. And something maybe we overlook when we move to another country is to take a look at the city, take a look at different places around the country, because when you talk with people, that's a very key part of having a conversation.
Now, can you tell us some words you still have problems to pronounce?
Yes. Okay, so one word. So this is like me with a waso. So that was awesome, a little wasito. But one word, very, very difficult. Paralelepípedo, something like that. I think I practiced that like 100 times when I was in the schools, because every kid would come up to me and ask me, could you say paralelepípedo? And I tried it so many times. It was so difficult. But recently, when I was doing commercials for La Red, we had to say something, and then we had to say the name of the show. And one show that's on La Red is Mentiras Verdaderas. But I could not say verdaderas
It's so easy, but so difficult. And they were laughing at me. I had this like little headset on and they were telling me, like, laughing in my ear, and the people all around me with the cameras are all laughing at me. And I'm just trying to say, mentiras verdaderas, blah, 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 blah. It's so difficult. So I definitely have some words that are difficult to say, because it's hard, because when you speak in English, you use the back of your mouth, but in Spanish, you use the front of your mouth. So sometimes I'm speaking in English, but then switch over to Spanish right away. And it's really difficult to say some of the words then.
Please, can you compare a hot dog and a completo? And which one is your favorite?
Okay. So hot dog. This is what I grew up with. You go to a baseball game, you go to an American football game, any kind of event in the United States, you get a hot dog. So you have your ketchup, you have your mustard, you have your bun, your hot dog. Boom, that's it. So easy. Then you add a little drink, some soda with it. All right, you're good. Now, can you see the hot dog in this picture? Yes, you can. How about this one? Not really. No, the hot dog's down there, but it was that was like maybe a week after arriving here, we had one. I was like, what in the world is this? I can only eat one and I'm full. This one here, I eat like 3 of them or something like that. But this, like, one and you're full. So I love the Chilean completo. And whenever I go back, I share this recipe with my parents because it's something that I can actually cook. It's very easy. You just have the avocado, mayonnaise, tomatoes. It's very, very simple and very, very good.
Well, Mr. Gross, we really appreciate your company today. And of course, we will be tuning in to your show on TV.
Thank you so much for everyone at Arauco School for making me feel so welcome, for the invitation to come and be a part of your English Day at your school. I feel very blessed, and I cannot wait to do more of these events around Chile. I'm scheduled for a couple events right now to be a part of English celebrations in your schools, but please do invite me over to your school. I'd love to participate, and maybe I'll feature you on our Gringo show as well. How cool would that be?
But right now, we're going to teach some English on the Gringo board. So we're going to teach some things that I taught in the monologue, and we're going to hopefully have everybody at home take out their notebooks, pens, or pencils, and get ready to learn some English. Ready?
Let's do it, man.
All right. And welcome to our Gringo classroom. Welcome, Lester.
Thank you, man.
This is a space where we can teach some English to everyone at home. And I know you're a native English speaker, obviously, so you're at a desk, but we're going to work together to teach some English.
I haven't sat in the desk.
Do you feel nervous?
It's in English, so I'm fine.
Okay. So as an actor, typically you have to think about getting new jobs. You have to apply for new jobs. You're always looking for new shows to be on, right?
Yeah.
And so you have to do a lot of interviews. People call you.
Lots of castings, yes.
So when you're in an interview, I wrote down 4 different words that I think that are good to use in an interview scenario. So the first one is, well, really, show me the money, right?
Show me the money. Jerry Maguire.
Give me the money. How much are they going to pay me? Yeah?
Exactly.
Salary. Can you translate salary into Spanish?
Actually, I can't.
No?
I don't remember what it is. Sueldo?
Sueldo. Yeah, very good. Yeah.
Sometimes I need a couple seconds. I've been here for so long.
No, you're good. I put you on the spot.
I forget words in English sometimes.
Me too, exactly. Our minds work like that.
Yeah.
Exactly. So salary, very good. Opportunity.
Yeah.
Opportunity. So when you're in an interview, how might you use the word opportunity, oportunidad?
If I'm casting, I just tell them, if you give me the opportunity to show you that I can play this role, just give me the opportunity and you won't be disappointed.
Nice.
That's what I say.
And then you probably maybe talk about your time. So after that, you say, oh, this could be an opportunity for you as well. Okay, flexible. How would you use flexible in a sentence when you're in an interview?
So I would say, depending on your filming, Whatever day of the week, I'm flexible.
Exactly. My time can change.
Yes.
I want to do this so bad.
For the days you would like to film.
Exactly. And that could be in any job.
Yes.
Maybe it's working at Wendy's, and Wendy's says, well, we can work 4 days a week, but it might be Monday, Tuesday, and then Saturday and Sunday. I'm flexible.
Yes.
Right? The next one is experience. So, experiencia. Experience is something that comes with time, but it's very important when you're applying for a job.
Yep.
Can you talk a little bit about your experience or how you might use this word in a job interview?
So if I'm casting and they ask me, have you ever acted in Spanish before? I would say, yes, I have about 9 years experience.
And you can show them
on
clips?
TV. Yes, I could show you clips. I could show you my reel in Spanish, English, or both. Whichever one you like, I have the experience to show you both languages.
Excellent, excellent. Yep. So I think that these 4 words could be used in any interview because you want to know how much money they're going to pay you, the salary, sueldo. You want to say that it's an opportunity, oportunidad. And you want to say flexible because your hours are flexible, right? You want to tell them that I really want this job. I'll work whenever you want. And experience. I have the experience to do this job and give me an opportunity and I'm going to do it really well.
Yes, sir.
Excellent. Thank you, Lester, for participating in our Gringo classroom where we get to teach people.
It's easy, man. I wish school was like that. I wish school was like that back in the day, man.
We thank our friends at Wrangler Chile for this tremendous look that I'm wearing. And I also wanted to tell everyone that Wrangler joined Desafío Levantemos Chile to bring drinking water to towns in the south of our country. Did you know that even in Chile, there are still families that do not have access to drinking water? It's an unfortunate reality, but it is true. And this bottle of water is a small sample of the reality experienced by 71% of households in rural areas of Chile that do not have access to clean water. It's because of this and Wrangler Chile, through its We Care campaign, we joined this challenge by delivering drinking water to those who need it the most. We invite you to know all the Wrangler news in its physical stories or on their official website at www.wrangler.cl. They can dispatch anything throughout all of Chile, and there's a 30% discount for your first purchase. Always choose Wrangler for the best style and comfort. Find out more on Instagram at Wrangler Jeans Chile.
It's always very difficult to be away from family, especially when you first move to another country. You're away from everything that you knew. Your whole life that you knew is now different. And a lot of people ask me, so you moved from the United States to Linares? Why Linares? So I'm going to answer this very, very, very popular question for you right now in another video that I made on my YouTube channel. So why Linares?
Charla, 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 charla. I'm going to do a charla today. And, well, I got a little distracted. Man, those kids are incredible at their English. It was so cool for me to go in there and do a charla. Fun fact that I've been telling people for about a month now that I was doing a charla. Pretty tough to do a charla, but I can do a charla, apparently. And anyways, the kids were awesome, and that's my first point of why I love Linares. There are a lot of extranjeros, a lot of foreigners that go to Santiago or Concepcion or bigger cities that aren't the common small town feel type cities here in Chile to teach English. And I'm so blessed that I landed here in Linares because I get to teach these kids who maybe have never seen a foreigner from the United States before, and I get to be just a representative representing the United States. That's not just the popular news. It's somebody who's actually from there, and it's so much fun for me to meet the kids here, talk to them, and share my story with them. And sometimes you go on the back of a truck and you go through waterfalls. It's absolutely beautiful to live in Linares because you get to go and see places like this in the back of a pickup truck from 1986. So reason number 2 why I absolutely love Linares is because of views like this. I absolutely love the mountains, and I'll never take it for granted. Being from a place that's more of a city and really, really flat with snow this time of year in the winter time, it's so nice to be warm in the winter months in the north and to see views like this only an hour and a half away from my house in Linares. This is still a part of Linares, but you only drive an hour and a half and then go for a hike in the middle of nowhere to get here. It's so beautiful. But besides being able to teach here in Linares, and besides the mountains that are so close to here, there's also the ocean that's only an hour and a half drive away. And there's also our church. We came here because we wanted to teach English and because there's a Lutheran church here in Linares. So we're helping this Lutheran church out, and we love the people here. We love the people in our church, and it's a part of who we are. And we really hope that Moses loves Linares just as much as we do. It's so calm, so peaceful, even on a Sunday afternoon. It's a little rainy out today, but it's completely calm. You can hear all of the birds, and it's just, it's a perfect place to sleep in. And I know a lot of you think that living in Linares is a little bit dull, because I put an Instagram question out there and asked, what would you prefer, Santiago or Linares, or the countryside? And a lot of people said Santiago because there's so much to do. But for me, that's why I love the countryside and I love Linares, because it's so calm. You can go to the mountains, there's still stuff to do. It's not a big city, but there's still stuff to do. And I love how close it is to all of these outdoor activities. The ocean, the mountains, the people, and I get to teach the kids. Typically, the kids aren't going to see too many gringos around, but I get to be here and I get to do that, and it's an absolute privilege for me to be here in Linares, and I never take it for granted. Elise and I love it here, and also we have our deep purpose of being here with our Lutheran church here in Linares.
This has been amazing, Lester. Thank you for coming on to the Gringo Show.
Thanks again for inviting me, man. I'm having fun.
Yeah, I had so much fun, and thank you for doing push-ups. I wish that maybe next time you're on, I can do a push-up with you on my back. But we here at the Gringo Show want to say thank you, and our friends at Arawi have something special to give to you, and I think you're going to really, really like it because, well, I mean, you said you have a girlfriend, and I think if you don't like it, she's definitely going to like it.
Yes.
We have some chocolates from Arawi.
Oh, man, I appreciate it. Thank you.
So good.
That's what's up, man. Delicious.
Well, thank you so much for being here on the Gringo Show, and I wish you all the best in your acting career here in Chile.
Thank you so much, man. Thank you for having me. Thank you for the chocolates, too. Organic. Yes, my fiance is going to love this, probably.
Absolutely.
So she'll probably take them all from me.
Nice. I was so happy to have Lester on our show today, and I hope that you enjoyed his experiences acting here in Chile, moving from the United States to be here in Chile. That conversation was incredible. Make sure you check us out on Twitter and Instagram, and, well, for now, we'll see you next week. Goodbye.